Way bogged down.
Yeah, man. You're gonna have to open Act.
Huh?
You're gonna have to open today, man. Let's go, man. Let's go.
Well,
you know how I do things, man. Oh, hold on. I don't know if it's like half. What is what's going on today, you know? Give me a second, yeah? And we're going to have to be a bit louder as well because the wind in it.
yeah, but wait, we're still trying.
Yeah, you're ready, yeah? Salakia, Israel. Salakia, man. Really live. Yeah,
Salakia,
for some
Israel.
reason it's cutting off our. We'll see how it goes. We don't.
So can you change that out? Can you slightly? No, it wouldn't be like the camera.
But it gets like.
Nah, leave it up.
I just wanna.
Kind of slightly go like that. Yeah, there you go.
That's it. Yep, that's right. Got it. Salakia, Israel. Salakia. Hold up.
So
With the Hebrew Israelite,
the Hebrew Israelites,
all right, coming not only to preach the gospel,
to push the word,
to our people, to the lost tribe of Israel, week in and week out. All right, so we'll give a big
shout out to all the Akyam,
all right,
and all the Aqua.
That's right.
That push Aquafiam, that push the word in truth and sincerity.
That's right.
To all the Aquafiam that teach younger Aquafiam.
That's right.
Right, with due diligence. To all the other camps, various camps that push the word in truth.
That's right.
And sincerity.
That's right.
I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Wahab, Rakah, Kodash.
All right, so today, we would like to talk about, certain books, all right?
Right.
Certain books, that a lot of our brothers are reading. Right, me personally, I've never been, I don't know, when I first came in the truth, I was supposed to read it, but for some reason, the Spirit didn't allow me to buy them books. I couldn't do it. And I remember when we were in the church of Yahweh, a brother came up, and then the first time he came in, he had them books. And he came to me, he's like, yo, am I supposed to read them? I'm like, no, don't read it. And then I believe Hashem told him as well, no, don't read it, take that book. When I was saying that, I was just saying it pure, I was just based on through the Spirit and based on my conviction.
That's right.
But I didn't have no proof that these books, weren't good books, all right? And actually, the scholars call them pseudo-apocrypha.
That's right.
All right?
That's right.
Because you got the apocrypha that we know,
book.
all right? That we know obviously the people in the truth are accustomed to that now because they read it themselves, right?
That's right.
These are apocrypha, but as far as the book of Enoch and the book of Jasher and the book of Jubilee, all of these books, man, all right, are pseudo, man. All right, these books are. I want to read something, man. Alright, 2 Timothy 4, and you start verse 3 and 4.
This is the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 4 and verse 3, sir?
Chapter 4 and verse 3.
4 and verse 3.
You read 3 and 4.
Oh, chapter...
Start 3, man. 2
Timothy, 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Right.
No, 4 and 4. Chapter 4, you start in at 3 and you finish at 4.
Okay.
verse 3 and verse 4.
This is the book of Second Timothy.
Right. John first.
Yeah, on First Timothy.
Go second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the book of Second Timothy, chapter 4, verses 3 to 4.
That's right.
For the time will come when they will not endure
sound doctrines, right?
but after their own lusts shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears.
All right. But there's a lot of brothers that read these books, a lot of camps as well. I won't name them. I won't name the camp, but a lot of camps that listen to this book. But the thing is, this book contradicts the Bible, and that's the exercise we'll get into. All right. The problem with it is that this book, all right, contradicts the Bible, man. All right. So if you're trying to, if you want to read it for curiosity and be able to break it down and find out the fault and the errors, that's be my guess. Do it.
Exactly.
But if that book now is convincing you, you have to be careful, because you see, this truth is spiritual, man.
That's right.
If you can't say, no, I'm too strong. No, the mind is never strong, man. All right, because the mind is governed by whatever it is exposed to. All right, if you read a book, it's right there, man. It's right there. So one day, that book might testify against you. Like, basically, you woke up one morning and then you believe in the book because what you read is in your memory, man. Something will happen and then you will believe in that book. And that's the Most High bugging you out. Oh, Benny.
Wow.
All right? Can't wait for the judgment.
That's right.
All right?
Yeah.
So read that again and go to 4, man.
Right. So this is the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 4, verses 3 to 4. I'll start verse 3. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine.
They will not endure sound doctrine, man.
But after their own lusts shall they heap to themselves.
And after their own lusts shall they heap to themselves teachers.
Having itching ears.
Right, because, and read 4, then we can talk about
verse 4. And they shall turn away their ears from the truth.
Right.
And shall be turned unto fables.
Right, because the Bible doesn't get into details. All right.
Of certain events.
Right. They have no. So there's a gap. All right. There's a void that Amalek, is filling, man, with these books, man.
That's right.
Because our people love Fables. That's why our people they love movies and that. Because movies like nourishing the imagination.
That's right.
And you see, so it's the same thing as the Bible. You read these books, it's like you want to know what happened, but it's not, because look.
Can I just make a point? You mentioned that's why they love films, right? Do you know another name for films? Program, man. It's called a television program.
That's right.
And they call it a program because subliminally what it's doing, it's relaying images, and these images, when they go into your mind programs itself based on these images.
So when you read
have to be careful.
So when you're reading these books, it's the same effect.
That's right.
All right, you're being programmed, but you may not know it yet, but you're being programmed, man. So yeah, I would say refrain from these books, man. And that's why I want to prove that. Not a lot of points, otherwise we're going to stay here all day. But I want to prove a few points that these books, I'm dealing with Jasher and Enoch today, right? Not Jubilee, but the book of Jasher and the book of Enoch, right? All right. So now before you start, I'll give you one look. The book of Jasher was written by J.H. Perry and Company in 1887.
1887.
Right. 1887.
So that's less than 200 years. That's like 120,
right.
20 or 30.
And the translation, all right, basically the source is unknown. So that lets you know that it's
unscholarly.
Right.
Also, it means that it's not a book that you should trust 100%.
You should, and we will prove it. We'll prove it, man. Because there's a few points in there that I found out, and that's just a few points that I found out that are not really, that go against the Bible, all right? Now, the book of Enoch, all right, was written, published by R.H. Charles, all right, in 1970. And all those people are Amalek, man.
That's right.
All right? It talks about Jewish fables, don't I? Doesn't it talk about Jewish fables?
No, this one talks about turn unto fable. But there is a scripture that talks about
there is
Jewish fables.
exactly. All right?
Because they usually are Jewish fables.
All right.
That's
okay.
prophetic, actually.
It's prophetic, man. All right? So these people are the ones that bring confusion to our community, man.
That's right.
That's the reason why they're in Hollywood. That's the reason why they're in the music industry, because they know our people are the one with the talent. So they set up things to make us go somewhere else. And they even use these books to make us think that actually these books are the ones that will, fill the void as far as the Bible. But it's not the case.
No.
And we were going through it, right?
Right.
So get on that. So we will start with the book of Enoch. Let me hold that one.
Yeah. Okay.
So I want you to, first of all, go to Jude, first chapter, Bible. Jude, the first chapter, verse 14. And read something, because about Enoch, we're talking about a book, but actually, he didn't mention that, Enoch had a book. He did mention that Enoch prophesied. He prophesied, but he doesn't, how our people get kept the oral culture?
Right.
You know how people things were said orally and they kept it through generation.
Right.
Might be the case. All right? Jude 1 and 14.
1 and 14.
Yeah.
This is the book of Jude, chapter 1 and verse 14.
Yo.
And Enoch also, the seventh from Adam, prophesies of these things, saying, Behold, the Lord Jehovah cometh with 10,000 of the saints.
All right, so he prophesied, but he doesn't say that Enoch actually had a book. All right, now I'll give you an example. Go to number 21 and 14. Because the Bible is clear, man. The Bible is precise. Yeah.
Numbers 21 and 14.
Yeah, the Bible is precise.
Precise.
And I'll show you something about the books. Because, we have books, all right? How people have books, but guess what? We don't have them now because our oppressors do hold these books in the library, in the secret library.
They're locked up in secret libraries.
All right?
And the majority of them are in the vaults in the Vatican.
All right.
And that's a fact.
In the underground, the Vatican underground.
And in secret libraries.
21 to 14.
Yes. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 21 and verse 14. Wherefore it is said in the book of the wars of the Lord Yahweh, what he did in the Red Sea and in the brooks of Arnon.
So where are these books now?
Right.
Where's the book of wars and the book of Arnon? Where is it? We can't see it because they got hold of it, man. But they know, for example, if we read the book of wars, man, it will bring a spiritual energy, vibration of war on us.
Exactly.
And war vibration, and we will take them down, man. So they have to hide that knowledge about our people, because our people were great warriors, man.
That's right.
But they were spiritual warriors, but they had the power. You have on them when they went to war. So probably this book was breaking it down, how the Most High, what to do, to have, when you go to battle, to have, you have to fast or keep away from sex for 3 days. Secret in that. But where is it now? It's nowhere to be seen. Go to 2 Chronicles 20 and 34. All right? We have books, but these books are somewhat hidden by our oppressors because the one who oppresses us, because we are in captivity. So we're gonna have, everything as far as the book. All right, as far as our book. Fair enough, we have the 66 book plus the Apocrypha, and that should be enough, man. That should be enough. There's another book as well that the Bible speaks of that we don't know. You can't go on Amazon and get that book, you know. But yeah, you can go on Amazon and get these Enochs and Jasher. Come on, man, it doesn't make sense there.
This is the book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 20, verses 34. Now the rest of the acts of Jehoshaphat,
Alright?
which in the Hebrew would be Yehoshaphat,
Right?
first and last, behold, they are written in the book of
Read that again. That's a very important part, man. But we need to catch up, man. They need to catch up.
Verse 34. Now the rest of the acts of Jehoshaphat, which in the Hebrew is Yehoshaphat,
Right.
or Yahweh's strong decision.
That's right.
First and last, behold, they are written in the book of Jehu, which in the Hebrew would be Yahweh, the son of Hanani, who is mentioned in the book of the kings of Israel.
Exactly, in the book of the kings of Israel. Alright, so there's books out there, but we can't get hold of them. We can't get access to them because we are in captivity.
That's right.
They wouldn't let us have these books, but rather they will give us fables to keep us to sleep.
Jewish fables.
To keep us sleeping, to put us to sleep as well, to confuse us, and to make us go against the Bible, and that's what a lot of these camps are doing, man. Alright? Now, let's go into it now. Go to the Book of Enoch, chapter 6.
Chapter 6.
Yeah, let's read something, man.
Oh, it's in Roman numerals.
Yeah, Roman, but it's easier, I suppose. When you get to the... I have one marked up.
That's 5. Alright, take it.
Alright, I have to buy this book, man, to break it down to people so they can understand. Obviously, I can get access to the book of Jasher, and I have a couple of points with Jasher, so we're gonna, it's gonna be a big deal. Alright, so we're reading from 1 all the way to 6. And let's listen to what this book is saying, and let's see if the Bible say the same thing.
This is the book of Enoch, chapter 6, verses 1 to 6, and it reads, And it came to pass, when the children of men had multiplied, that in those days were born unto them beautiful and comely daughters.
And when I say children of men, I talk about the other nations.
That's right.
That's what actually the Bible will explain, will break down. But in this book, it will make us think that the children of men talk about every nation.
Exactly.
But in the Bible, you have the sons of God and you have the children of men.
Exactly.
Alright? So already they're going up. But through the Spirit, let's go. Yeah.
Verse 2. And the angels, the children of the heaven,
and the angel, the children of the heaven. You see where they're going already? The Bible don't say that. The Bible says the children of God.
Yeah.
Alright, but the book of Enoch goes some already that go off. Hurry up.
The children of the heaven saw and lusted after them, and said to one another, Come, let us choose us wives from among the children of men, and beget us children.
Alright, so you know, so that means the angels that were up there in the Shemayim,
That's what he
and
said.
they looked down, and I saw the children of men, the beautiful woman, and I said, yo, we need to go and get that and make children with them. That's actually against the Bible, because when you read Hebrew, the Bible says that, when you read Hebrew, the Bible says that angels are ministering spirits.
That's right.
Alright? Angels can't have sex with men.
That's right.
They don't have semen.
That's right.
They're spiritual beings.
That's right.
That's just common sense, man.
Verse 3. And choose us wives from among the children of men, and beget us children. And Semjaza, who was their leader,
Right, so that's an angel.
that's right,
Alright, go on.
who was their leader, said unto them, I fear ye will not indeed agree to do this deed, and I alone shall have to pay the penalty of a great sin.
Alright, so they're supposed to go down there on earth and do that thing with the woman there. But he was like, yo, this guy, they will turn their back on me last minute. So what did they do?
Verse 4. And they all answered him and said, Let us swear an oath, and all bind ourselves by mutual imprecation,
Right.
not to abandon this plan,
Right.
but to do this thing.
Right. Go on.
Verse 5. Then swear they all together and bound themselves by mutual implications upon it.
Right.
Verse 6. And they were in all 200 who descended in the days of Jared on the summit of Mount Hermon.
Right.
And they called it Mount Hermon because they had sworn and bound themselves by mutual implications upon it.
Go on. Okay.
Verse 7. And all these...
Oh, that's the verse 6.
Yeah.
All right. So this is the account, according to the Book of Enoch, how the children of God, in this case, are angels.
That's right.
All right, come down to earth, and now want to make children. Want to be the commonly woman.
Well, to make it even worse, they hadn't even come down there. They were in the Shemayim, and they saw all these beautiful women, and they made an agreement to come down.
Right. Contradict the Bible.
Yeah.
All right, but we will prove it. Go to Genesis 6, and let's read the account. What does the Bible say?
The proper account.
All right, the proper account, man. Because, okay, what book are you going to believe in? Because Genesis 6, they're not saying none of that. Now, you might say that, oh, these were the Bible didn't tell us all. But no, that contradicts what the Bible says. That's what you need to focus on.
Right.
The contradiction that it manifests, man.
So this is the book of Genesis chapter 6, and start verse 2 or start verse 1.
Verse 1.
Verse 1. And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth.
All right, so it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, right?
And daughters were born unto them.
And daughters were born unto them. So when you read the Bible, if you go to Ezekiel 31, it will show you actually that Adam and his tribe, they were immortal, they were great people, man.
Exactly.
And the other nation, all right, used to look up to them. All right?
They were men of renown.
And even the Mosai told them not to mix with other nations.
We were commanded not to mix our seed.
Listen, that's how sin came. Us going to the other nation.
No, I didn't get your microwave. All the people so they can hear it. They can open their ears.
Yeah, I know, but we good, man, we good. Because what happened is that when, the spirit of Esau came, or the serpent came, he wasn't from other nations. So what he did is that he broke his philosophy to Adam and to Eve.
That's right.
And even went and shared that knowledge to Adam. But the Most High told him that was the fruit. The fruit was idolatry, man. All right?
Or foreign strange doctrine.
Yeah, that's it. That's
right.
Because once they went into it, that will become now more. Because remember, it's the jealousy of the other nation that prompted them through the spirit of Esau, the serpent, to move onto that tribe.
That's right.
So they can lose their immortality.
Well, at that time it would have been the spirit of Cain, but it's the same demonic spirit. The same serpentine.
That's right. Yeah, carry on that.
So this is the book of Genesis chapter 6 and verse 2.
Yeah.
That the sons of God saw the daughters of men.
All right, the sons of God. So now who are the sons of God now? Go to Luke 3. Quickly, go to Luke 3 and 37, man. All right? Because that's the thing. People will think that the sons of God are the angels. If you read the book of, if you read Enoch, you will think that the sons of God. Or let me find it, so I don't make it hard on you.
No, sorry, I got it. So this is the book of Luke 3 and 37. 3 and 37. Yeah. This is the book of Luke 3 and 37 to 38. Which was the son of Methuselah.
All right.
Which was the son of Enoch.
Right.
Which was the son of Jared.
Right.
Which was the son of Malaleel.
Right.
Which was the son of Cainan.
Right.
38. Which was the son of Enoch.
Right.
Which was the son of Seth.
Right.
Which was the son of Adam.
Right.
Which was the son of God.
All right.
Power.
So there is a lineage from Genesis, because remember, he created them. Right. So he created many nations.
Right.
But then from these nations, he created the Adam. He created the lineage of Adam.
Yeah.
Our lineage, the Shemite lineage.
Yeah.
Okay, because we were the one that kept the law.
That's
because when you read Genesis, it tells you that he gave first of all, he talked about the creation, but there's another part where he talks about creating Adam, but he gave him the breath.
Right.
And that's the difference between those two, because the lineage of Adam was given the breath of life. It doesn't mean that
the word.
That's the word, that's the law.
And let me just add, when you said it the first time, you was correct. Because you said that's when he made the Adam.
Right.
And in paleo, that's what it says. It says Adam for mankind.
That's
and
right.
The Adam.
That's right.
So the set apart Adam.
That's right. That's right. Okay, so
getting back to this now.
Right, get back to this now.
Yeah, so this is the book of Genesis chapter 6 and verse 2. I'll start again from the top. That the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives, all which they chose.
So even when you read Psalm 82 and 6, you know who the sons of God are, right?
That's
we
right.
are the sons of God.
That's right.
The children of Israel are the sons of God.
That's right.
So now that we've broken down, you understand that obviously Genesis 6 talks about the Hebrew Israelites going and having sex with the children of other nations. With the Goyim.
With the foreigners.
Alright? And that's what brought sin upon us.
That's right. But that was sin in and of itself. Because we mingle our seed there.
If you go to let me check.
And our lifespan was cut short from there too.
Yeah, but even there's a law that tells us not to
mingle our seed.
This, I think it's hold on. Is he yeah, Deuteronomy 7 and 3.
Get out.
Neither shall thou make marriages with them, thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son. Alright? For there will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods.
That's right.
So will the anger of the Lord Yahweh be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly. And that's what happened. That's exactly what happened in the garden when the Son of God started to go after the daughter of men. That's what created us. I mean, that's what led us to be what? Immortal. The Bible says in Psalm 82 that 6 we are God, but we die like mortals, man. Alright?
Verse 3. And the Lord Yahweh said, my spirit shall not always strive with man.
Right.
For that he also is flesh.
Right.
Yet his days shall be 120 years.
Alright, so you can see that he became mortal now. Why? Because of the sin of going with the children, the daughter of men, the wife, the woman of other nations.
That's right.
So when we get back now, when you read now the book of Enoch, chapter 6, all right, you can see that that's bogus, like they say, that's a lie. All right,
it's a false account.
It's a false account. So it's a made-up fable
it's a
by Amalek, man. It's a Jewish fable, man. Right. All right, so that's the first point to prove to you that the book of Enoch is not to be read. All right, let's move on. Let's go to the book of Enoch, chapter 8. And let's start at verse 1. The book of Enoch, chapter 8, and let's start at verse 1. Our people need to wake up and understand what's going on, because the Bible do say, in Isaiah 34, all right, in 16. Let me read that quickly.
What I'm reading here, that's should be in Genesis. It talks about
You see through the Spirit, you can already see.
Yeah.
Alright? Exactly. Through the Spirit, you can already see already. From the gate.
Yeah.
But we have to learn.
It's cut from the first line.
Yeah, but we have to show the brothers, what time it is and what it is. So I wanted to read Isaiah quickly. Don't worry, I got it.
You got it, yeah.
I want you Isaiah 34, man. 34 and 16. Alright? And the Bible says, seek ye, verse 16. Isaiah 34 and verse 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord Yahweh and read. Alright? No one of these shall fail, none shall want her make. From my mouth he hath commanded, and his spirit he hath gathered them.
Can I just add? When the scripture says none shall want her maid, what it's referring to there is that there's no book, or there's no doctrine, or there's no understanding that's equivalent to the scripture. So I'm just breaking it down for the layperson. That's what it means.
And also it means that you don't even need to go to other books. Because the Bible says I came in the I came in the volume of the book. Let me quickly check it.
No, I come in the volume of the book.
Hebrew. Okay.
Sound like it. I know it's in Hebrew. Yeah, 10 and 7. Then said I, Lo, this is the book of Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 7. Then said I, Lo, I came in the volume of the book, it is written of me to do thy will, O God, Yahweh.
So when you read, for example, the book of 2nd Ezra 2, from 43, it shows you the Son of God putting crown on the elect.
That's right.
All right? And when you read Isaiah 53 and Psalm 22 and Psalm 40 and 7, Psalm 22, 16, Psalm 40 and 7, and there's even in Micah, there's so many books that prophesy, that talks about Yahweh Shai, man.
Yeah, even in Revelation.
All right? So exactly, in Revelation. So you don't need another book, man. Yeah. All right? You need to. This one, you will never be able to understand until Yahweh
None shall want its mate.
This one is so deep, man.
None shall match it or be equal.
That's right. So yeah, let's carry on.
Right. Hey, yeah, here we go. This is the book of Enoch, chapter 8 and verse 1.
Go.
And Azazel taught men to make swords and knives and shields and breastplates, and made known to them the metals of the earth and the art of working them, and bracelets and ornaments, and the use of antimony, and the beautifying of the eyelids, and all kinds of costly stones.
Right. Oh, hold on. Read that. The first part again. Read the first part.
This is the book of
I just want the first part.
Chapter 8, verse 1.
Right.
Yeah. And Azazel taught men to make swords.
And remember that term Azazel, because we will break it down. We will break it down, right? Go on. Because right now, supposedly Azazel is an angel.
Yeah.
That came down with the knowledge. Actually, when you read that part, when you say read it.
And Azazel taught men to make swords and knives and shields.
Right, to make sword and knife and shield. But we got a problem here, man.
Yeah, a big problem.
All right, so go to Genesis 4, start at 19 and finish at 22, man. You see, and you will see the contradiction. So, if you read the book of Enoch, you're not in the right spirit. All right, if you read any of these books, you're not in the right spirit. And I'm saying that with love.
Yeah.
I'm saying that with love.
So this is the book of Genesis chapter 4, starting at 19 to 20.
22.
To 22.
Yeah.
And Lamech took unto him 2 wives.
Right.
The name of the one was Ada,
right,
and the name of the other Zillah,
right,
or Zillah.
Right.
And Ada bare Jabal.
Right.
He was the father of such as dwell in tents, and of such as have cattle.
Right.
And his brother's name was Jubal,
right,
or Jubal.
Yeah.
He was the father of all such as handle the harp and organ. Verse 22. And Zillah, she also bare Tubal-Cain.
Tubal-Cain, remember that name, yeah? Tubal-Cain.
Tubal-Cain.
Yeah.
An instructor of every artificer in brass and iron.
And when I say artificer, I mean that a craftsman, when it comes to sword, someone that can do sword. Artisan, right?
Yeah.
So the Bible tells us that Tubal-Cain is the first one, is the one who came with the making of sword and metal and that. But
it says more than that too, because an instructor, when it says instructor, it means that he was proficient enough
Yeah,
to
he was
teach
given.
others
He was given the gift.
the gift and the spirit.
All right. So the Most High give to Tubal-Cain the gift. All right, of working the metal,
With metal.
working the sword. Okay.
And the ability to teach it too.
Or the ability to teach it, to show you how to do it, everything. All right. But now when you go into the Book of Enoch, it tells you that Azazel.
Azazel.
Azazel. What is it?
Azazel.
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 Azazel
Yeah.
is the one who made, all right, the sword, man.
And taught it to man. That's what it says.
And that's a lie.
Exactly.
All right. You see, Amalek want to bring us into the worshipping of demons, man.
That's what it is.
That's the vibration that Amalek
That's
want
what
to
it
bring
is.
on us. When you start saying them names and that, you get into demonology, like the worshipping of God. They worship demons.
They're deifying demonic entities or angelic entities.
That's right.
Whichever way you want to put it. Rather than deifying the Most High God, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua.
All right.
So that's off there already.
That's right. Now, we talk about Azazel, right?
That's right.
Go to, let's talk about this guy. Go to the Book of Enoch, chapter 8.
Chapter 8.
Go to chapter 6, go to chapter 8.
Yeah. Hey. Yes, sir. Well, that's what I was reading from before. This is 9. The 9's got 10's got a note
Okay, you know what?
about Azazel.
Yeah. Okay, go to 10.
Yeah, it's 10. Yeah, it's 10.
Start on 1.
Right, so this is the book of
1, 4,
and then jump to 8. So yeah, so this is the book of Enoch, chapter 8, chapter 10, starting at 1 to 4 and then jump to 8. Verse 1. Then said the Most High, Yahweh, the Holy Hakadash and Great One, and Ashadiah, spake and sent Uriel to the son of Lamech, and said to him, verse 2, go to Noah and tell him my name, Yahweh. Hide thyself and reveal to him the end that is approaching, that the whole earth will be destroyed, and a deluge is about to come upon the whole earth and will destroy all that is on it. Verse 3. And now instruct him that he makes escape and his seed may be preserved for all the generations of the world. Verse 4. And again,
but even that, something wrong, because I believe that the Most High spoke directly to Noah, isn't it?
I can't recall exactly. So
But yeah, but that's not even the point.
That's how it is. Verse 4. And again, the Lord Yahweh said to Raphael, bind Azazel,
yeah,
hand and foot,
right,
and cast him into the darkness.
Now you understand where they took that from. And this from that, if you don't understand that, how you can take an idea and turn it into fable.
That's right.
Then you're not in the spirit, man.
Yeah.
What happened when we once you read the Bible, you will understand how the Hollywood people use the word, the Bible, and turn them into movies. All right, and that's Amalek. Amalek is the one. You see, through this, brothers have to be spiritual, man. That's all I'm saying. You gotta be spiritual.
That's right. Verse 4. And again, the Lord Yahweh said to Raphael, bind Azazel, hand and foot, and cast him into the darkness, and make an opening in the desert, which is Gadael, which would be Dawadael in Hebrew, and cast him therein.
Jump to 8 now.
Verse 8. And the whole earth has been corrupted through the works that were taught by Azazel. To him ascribe all sin. What? Is it?
So the Book of Enoch clearly said that to Azazel, all right, all ascribe, or meaning like through him,
all sin came into the
man.
world. That's what it's saying.
Come on, guys, man. We're gonna have to go to Romans 5 and let me get that. You You want to get it?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah? Romans 5 and 12, man. Man, you see, it's like, come on, man. Like,
That's
first of all, you have to read Genesis 3 to understand how sin came about.
There you go.
All right? Read Genesis 3. I know you know about that, but let's read what does Romans 5 and 12 say?
12, yeah. This is the book of Romans, chapter 5 and verse 12. Wherefore, as by one man sin entered into the world.
Wherefore, as by one man sin entered into the world. Yeah.
And death by sin, and so death passed away, Salakia, and so death passed upon all men, for that all have sinned.
Alright, so Romans, so who was that man? Read in Genesis 3.
That's right.
We ain't gonna go in Genesis 3, we don't need to. Go and read a chapter of Genesis 3, and you will see how sin came about. Sin came entered the world through Adam. All right, the serpent went to Eve, beguiled Eve. Then Eve went and shared it with Adam, and they went with it.
Partook of the doctrine.
All right, they partook of the doctrine, the idolatry, and they became sinful people. They became sinners.
They disobeyed a command or a commandment, even if it was one commandment that was given. So I'm sure there was more than one. But even if the one was, do not partake of the false doctrine, you went and done it.
All right.
So that's how sin entered into the world.
Exactly. All right. So now, there you go again. The Book of Enoch is completely going off. See, we've been talking since we started. You can see that the Book of Enoch is full of BS, man. All right. Now we're gonna talk about Azazel, man.
Right.
All right. Let's go to the Book of
Enoch.
Leviticus.
Oh, Leviticus.
Hey, I just want that, man.
Speak on it back.
People are down. Now I understand that you see these BPM, these speed here.
Yeah.
It brings like a high energy, like
it can.
If you play your music and you put in your house, it kind of brings it. I understand it, but that's not the way to go. This is just for the moment.
It's a temporary fix.
You want the knowledge. The Bible says what in Isaiah 33 and 6? Wisdom and knowledge should be your stability.
Of your time.
So our stability is the wisdom that we have. We don't need the music. The music plays its part, but ultimately that will help.
And this also is the bread of life, and it's also the water of life.
Yeah, go to Leviticus 16 and 6. 16 and 6, and read all the way to 9, and then you will jump to 21 as well.
16 and 6. So start at 9.
No, 16 and 6, isn't it?
Oh yeah, start at 6. And go to
Aaron.
Yeah. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 16 and verse 6. And Aaron shall offer his bullock of the sin offering, which is for himself, and make an atonement for himself and for his house.
Yeah.
Verse 7. And he shall take the 2 goats and present them before the Lord Yahweh at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. Verse 8. And Aaron.
Now, before we go down, read again that part in Azazel, I believe 8, isn't it? When you would say that part where you say bound them.
Oh yeah.
Read that again, and you will see the similitude, how Amalek took from Leviticus 16 and turn it into some fable, you know. Just like they do in the movies. They'll go and read the Bible, they will take some part of the Bible, they will make a movie about it. Alright? They will exaggerate the fact, they will turn into, fables. Something to enjoy and some entertainment. Alright? So these books, the book of Jasher, the book of Enoch, the book of Jubilee, they're just entertainment and for those who read the Bible.
This is the book of Enoch, chapter 8 and verse 4.
Yeah.
And again, the Lord Yahweh said to Raphael, bind Azazel, hand and foot, and cast him into the darkness, and make an opening in the desert, which is Judael.
Right, okay. Now go back to Leviticus 16, man. And read from 6. And we will see.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 16, starting at verse 6. And Aaron shall offer his bullock of the sin offering, which is for himself, and make an atonement for himself and for his house. Verse 7. And he shall take the 2 goats and present them before the Lord Yahweh at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. Verse 8. And Aaron shall cast lots upon the 2 goats, 1 lot for the Lord Yahweh, and the other lot for the scapegoat.
So the scapegoat, when you look into the blue, if you go into the Strong Concordance,
that's right.
All right, go to the blue letter Bible, or go to any Strong Concordance Bible, right, and look at the word. Go to Leviticus, 16, that account, and check that word scapegoat. And you will realize that that word scapegoat is a Azazel.
That's right.
All right?
That's right.
It's a Azazel. That's why when you read that event, say, bind his feet and his hand, right?
That's right.
That's exactly what the brother used to do.
That's right.
Not binding it, but you will see why they use the scapegoat. All right? He explained how Aaron used to put the sin of Israel on those scapegoats.
That's right. And
live him in a wilderness, and he would go and wander until he died. And that's the sin of Israel, you know, going like that. I mean, being forgiven or being, you know, taken away.
And it's funny because in West Africa they would do a similar thing, but they call it the evil forest. So
that's
they
right.
let it loose in the evil forest.
That's right.
Until
See,
it dies.
and that's the reason why. That's how you know that.
That's right. That's right.
All right. That's the Levitic. That's the Levi custom.
That's right.
Okay. So read it.
Verse 10. But the goat on which the lot fell to be the scapegoat shall be presented alive before the Lord Yahweh to make an atonement with him and to let him go for a scapegoat into the wilderness.
So go to jump to 21. 21. No. 16, 21 and 22.
21 and 22.
Yeah.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 16, verses 21 and 22, starting at verse 21. And Aaron shall lay both his hands upon the head of the live goat and confess over him all the iniquities of the children of Israel, Bani Shal Yashala, and all their transgressions in all their sins, putting them upon the head of the goat.
All right.
And shall send him away by the hand of a fit man into the wilderness.
All right. So you can see clearly, all right, that this is where they took it from the Bible.
That's
but
right.
They made it a demonic thing. All right. Like I say, go and make your research, and you will see that Azazel is nothing but a scapegoat.
That's right.
It's not a demon. It's not a spirit. It's a scapegoat. All right, on which the sin of Israel were put on. All right, and then left to wander until he dies in the wilderness.
That's right.
But then the Book of Enoch, we use it for something else. All right, Amalek is the one who published that book. So the Book of Enoch is a lie. All right, now we could go into more, but because of time, we're gonna have to stop there.
But let me just add, when we talk about Amalek pushing lies in the Book of Enoch, we also have to let the people know that a lie in Hebrew would be equivalent to the devil, because the devil is a deceiver. So we're just linking up the transgressions of this people and highlighting the inaccuracies of this book.
That's right. Now we're gonna go into the book of Jasher, right? The book of Jasher, and then I got it here on my phone.
All right.
So I just want you to grab Genesis 24, 62 to 67. All right. And I'm gonna. Come on, man. Hold on, bro. I need to.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, so, all right. So, the book of Jasher all right, chapter 24, all right, and I believe verse 39. Let's read. Right.
And then I know say you should come.
That's Jacob. All right, so yeah, the book of Jasher, right? Chapter 24 and verse 39.
Yeah.
Right? And they all blessed the Lord Yahweh who brought this thing about, and they gave him Rebekah, the daughter of Bethuel, for a wife for Isaac. Verse 40. And the young woman was of very comely appearance. She was a virgin, and Rebekah was 10 years old in those days. All right? So the book of Jasher say that the time of marriage, yeah? Because I can read it, look. The time of marriage, right? Between, so basically they claim that Isaac is a pedophile, basically. But that's it. I'll read it, look. Verse 41. And Bethuel and Laban and his children made a feast on that night when she was 10. And Eliezer and his men came and ate and drank and rejoiced there on that night when she was 10. All right. Verse 42. And Eliezer rose up in the morning, he and the men that were with him, and he called the whole household of Bethuel, saying, send me away that I may go to my master. And they rose up and sent away Rebekah and her nurse Deborah, the daughter of Uz, all right? And they gave her silver and gold, manservant and maidservant, and they blessed her. Verse 43. And they sent Eleazar away with his men, and the servant took Rebekah, and he went and returned to his master to the land of Canaan. She was 10 then, according to the book of Jasher. Verse 44 of chapter 24 of the book of Jasher. And Isaac took Rebekah. In the Bible, when you read it, took means have sex, marry.
That's what marriage is.
All right, and Isaac took Rebekah, and she became his wife. And he brought her into the tent. So that means, according to this book of Jasher, all right, Rebekah, Isaac had sex with Rebekah when she was 10. So they're saying that Isaac is a pedophile, man. All right? Now read from 62. Let's see the right account of that situation between Isaac and his wife Rebekah, man.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 24, verses 62 to 64 to 67. Yeah. 62 to 67. Verse 62. And Isaac came from the way of the well, Lahai Roi, for he dwelt in the south country. And Isaac went out to mediate, Israel, to meditate in the field at the eventide. And he lifted up his eyes and saw, and behold, the camels were coming. Verse 64. And Rebekah lifted up her eyes, and when she saw Isaac, she lighted off the camel.
Right. So imagine Rebekah being 10, coming up, then the girl at 10 come off the camel. Can she even ride a camel at 10? All right. But anyway, when you read that, it tells you clearly, all right, on verse 44, that Isaac took Rebekah when she was 10. You know. That's that's blasphemy, man. And that's the man who wrote that is a pedophile himself, man. And Amalek is a bunch of pedophiles. They're a bunch of nuns, man.
That's right.
All right? They're a bunch of nuns. That's why they will write the abomination and bear false witness, you know, our forefather,
That's right.
the Isaac, man.
That's right.
And you gonna read this book? I don't care if you tell me that this book is right. That alone will make me puke, man.
That's right.
That alone will make me reject that book,
That's
man.
right.
All right?
That's right.
Carry on.
Verse 65. For she had said unto the servant, what man is this that walketh in the field to meet us? And the servant had said, it is my master. Therefore she took a veil and covered herself. Verse 66. And the servant told Isaac all things that he had done. Verse 67. And Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent and took Rebekah, and she became his wife. And he loved her, and Isaac was comforted after his mother's death.
All right, so he took her when she was like made. She was a woman when Isaac took her, man.
That's right.
She wasn't 10. So the book of Jasher is an abomination, and the book of Jasher is a lie. And whoever's reading that book is not in his right mind, man. Hey, the most I can jack you up for that, you know. Be careful, man. All right, be careful, man. If you're in this truth, stay away from this book, because like I say, everything is spiritual. Now we're gonna go to the book of Jasher, but chapter 81. I got it.
Yeah, yeah.
All you have to do is go to get me Psalm 106,
Psalms
7,
106.
and Psalm 136, 13 to 15. Yeah. I'll read it anyway. So the book of Jasher, chapter 81 and verse 40, right? And when the children of Israel had entered the sea, the Egyptian came after them, and the waters of the sea resumed upon them, and they all sunk in the water, and not one man was left excepting Pharaoh, who gave thanks to the Lord Yahweh and believed in him. Therefore, the Lord did not cause him to perish at that time with the Egyptians. So if you're telling me now that a Hamite is believing in Yahweh, after having persecuted all the children of God, now the Most High bring a judgment. It's like you telling me that obviously the head of Esau ain't gonna be, the head of Esau will be spared when the judgment comes.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's read and show how.
Let me just add, that's the reason why the crown was taken away from Samuel.
That's right.
From Saul, sorry. From Saul. Because he didn't kill the king of
Exactly.
Edom.
So you're going to see me now, Yahweh changed. You see the lie? You see the lie? So they're saying that because Pharaoh gave thanks to the Lord Yahweh.
That's right.
All right, the Most High spared his life. But we're going to prove that that's a lie, man. Go to 106 and 7, I believe.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 106 and verse 7.
Yeah, 7 all the way to 11.
7 to 11. Verse 7. Our fathers understood not thy wonders in Egypt.
Right.
They remembered not the multitude of thy mercy, but provoked him at the sea, even at the Red Sea. Verse 8. Nevertheless, he saved them for his name's sake, that he might make his power, to be known.
Right.
Verse 9. He rebuked the Red Sea also, and it was dried up.
Yeah.
So he led them through the depths as through the wilderness. Verse 10. And he saved them from the hand of him that hated them, and redeemed them from the hand of the enemy. Verse 11. And the waters covered their enemies. There was not one of them left.
There was not one of them left. So either you believe in the book of Jasher or you believe in it, but you can't believe in those two, man.
Because they contradict.
Alright, you can't co-sign the book of Jasher, man.
That's right.
Because it contradicts the word of the Most High Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh. Let's go to Psalm 136.
Psalm 136.
Yeah, 36.
Yeah, 136 and
13 to 15.
136, 13 to 15. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 136, verses 13 to 15. And it reads, to him which divided the Red Sea into parts.
Right.
For his mercy endureth forever.
For his mercy endureth forever.
I will you.
That's right.
Verse 14. And made Israel to pass through the midst of it.
And made Israel to pass through the midst of it, yeah?
For his mercy endureth forever.
For the mercy endureth forever, right?
Verse 15. But overthrew Pharaoh and his hosts in the Red Sea.
Right.
Pharaoh and his hosts in the Red Sea.
Right.
For his mercy endureth forever. Now I will you.
That's it.
Yeah.
So he said, but overthrew Pharaoh. But here he says that
And
Pharaoh and his host. But here he said that everyone died except Pharaoh. So you can clearly see that, first of all, the book of Jasher is telling us that, you know, Isaac did have sex with Rebecca at 10.
That's right.
All
Which
right?
is incorrect.
Which is abominable. It's a lie. But at 10, the women don't even have a flower yet.
Exactly.
All right? And because of the food there, some of the don't have it, but that's,
yeah, but that's because they put steroids in the food, and that enhances, it speeds up the growth. But in those days, it would be around 11, 12, 13, around those times. I'd say more 12, 13.
They say that they came maybe around 14.
Yes.
Because of the food, it comes
Because
to 12.
of the food, exactly.
It's a bit 16, sometimes 17 before the thing came.
That's right. That's right.
Right, but that's another
subject. Yeah.
So so the book of Enoch, the book of Jasher, we didn't touch the book of Jubilee, but the book of all of those books are an abomination to the Most High. They are fables. Stay away from me, because if you read it and you try to, reason with it, the Most High will bug you out at some point, man. All right, so be careful. All right, so that was that for today. I hope that you lot were edified. All right, for all the Akiam and the Aquafiam out there, following the channel. That was Yahweh Messenger, right?
In truth and sincerity.
So with that, we'll close out and we'll give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Waha, Rakah, Kodash. That's right.
And death to America.
Death, and they say Abba,
Babal. Yeah.
Yes.